Part of Bada village lived a young woman named Amaku, known far and wide for her breathtaking beauty. Her parents, Nada and Aba, were poor but fiercely greedy, seeing in their daughter not just a beloved child, but a means to escape their poverty. Suitors from all corners of the land came to ask for Amaku's hand in marriage, drawn by her irresistible beauty. But no matter how many came, none were deemed worthy, not because they lacked honor or love, but because they failed to meet the ever-growing demands of Amaku's greedy parents. This plan for the extortion of potential suitors was hatched by Amaku and her parents. Nada and Aba had a sinister plan. They would lavish false promises on each suitor, taking their gifts with happiness, while keeping Amaku's hand just out of reach. This cycle of deception and extortion affected various suitors, each from different walks of life, fell victim to their greed. Aka was a humble farmer from a neighboring village. He had toiled for years, saving every coin he earned, believing that one day he would find a woman who would cherish him as much as he would cherish her. When he heard of Amaku's beauty, he believed that with his modest saving and good heart, he could offer her a life of happiness. When Aka arrived at Nada and Aba's doorstep, they welcomed him with open arms. "Aka," Nada said with a cunning smile, "you seem like a good man, but our Amaku deserves the best. We need to be sure you can provide for her." Aka, earnest and hopeful, offered 10 full baskets of yam, 2 goats and gold trinkets, the best he could gather. But it wasn't enough for Nada and Aba. "Perhaps a few more baskets of yam and another goat would help us convince Amaku," Aba suggested. "But I've already given you everything I have," Aka said, worry creeping into his voice. "We understand," Nada replied, his tone oily and persuasive. "But if you truly love our daughter, you'll find a way." Aka, desperate to win Amaku's hand, returned home and borrowed from friends and family to meet their demands. He brought everything they asked for, only to be told later that Amaku had rejected him. Heartbroken, Aka pleaded for the return of his gifts, but Nada and Aba merely shrugged. "Gifts are not returned," Nada said coldly. Left with nothing, Aka returned to his village in shame. The yams he had given were meant to sustain him for the year, and the goats were his most valuable assets. Now, burdened with debt and despair, Aka's once hopeful future was replaced with hardship and agony. Obi, a wealthy trader from a distant town, was the next to fall into Nada and Aba's trap. Confident in his wealth, Obi arrived in Bada with an entourage bearing gifts that dazzled the greedy couple. He offered gold jewelry, fine cloth, and several cows, boasting of the luxurious life he could offer Amaku. Trying to mask his excitement, Nada said,
"These are wonderful gifts, Obi. But to secure Amaku's hand, you must prove that you can maintain this level of generosity throughout your marriage."
Obi, eager to claim Amaku as his bride, continued to send more extravagant gifts, rare spices, costly bundles of clothes and wrappers, and even brought more cows. But as time passed, Obi received no answer. Frustrated, he returned to Bada, only to be told that Amaku had refused him as well. Enraged, Obi demanded his gifts be returned. "Obi, do you think we are beggars?" Aba retorted angrily. "A gift is a gift. You should have known better." Obi's failed pursuit of Amaku marked the beginning of his downfall. The fortune he had wasted on Nada and Aba's greed strained his business, leading to a series of failed ventures. The once successful trader was reduced to a shadow of his former self, but he moved on with his losses. Azuka, a young warrior of great repute, was the next suitor to seek Amaku's hand. Known for his courage and strength, he believed that his valor would win him Amaku's heart. He offered his finest weapons. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment to our channel.